We all know the benefits of fermented foods and drinks, things like kimchi or sauerkraut, kefirs, kombuchas. They do amazing jobs for our microbiome, keeping us healthy and on our toes. But did you know that you can make these things at home? Today I'm going to teach you how to make water kefir. And water kefir has the same beneficial bacteria as milk kefir. The only difference is your grains are going to eat the sucrose instead of the lactose. This makes things so much easier for, say, vegans or those that are lactose intolerant. If you want a really good microbiome in your gut, this is the way to do it. To begin, you're going to need 3 cups of water, raw cane sugar, your kefir starter, glass jar with a ring, and a coffee filter. If you don't have a glass jar with a ring, any cup with a rubber band will work as well. Pour your water into your jar and then pour your sugar in. You'll need 1 tablespoon of sugar per every cup of water. Make sure it's thoroughly mixed in and then open up your kefir. To begin, they're going to be very teeny tiny, almost dust-like. Just pour them in. Then pop your filter on and you're going to leave this sitting for about 2 to 3 days to allow them to grow. After your 3rd day max, you're going to replenish everything. So the same amount of water, same amount of sugar. Pour out the old stuff and look at your kefir and see how much they've grown. You can rinse them off if you'd like to. I just dump them right in. And you're going to rinse and repeat this process every 2 to 3 days for about 3 weeks. This is going to allow the kefir grains to grow and begin producing the good bacteria that is needed for the kefir. Now here you can see side-by-side comparisons of fresh and old kefir water. After about the 3rd or 4th time of doing this, you are ready to begin your kefir journey. Now that it's been a couple of days, there will be some things that you're noticing. You're going to notice a smell from this guy. It's nothing to be worried about. It's going to be very yeasty, and that is perfectly normal. Just like with sourdough bread, your cultures are alive, and they are producing yeast, which is what is producing the good bacteria in your drink. Now, you could drink this straight if you wanted to, but there's not much flavor left, and there's not much sugar left. That is because your kefir is eating the sugar, and that is what's causing it to grow, expand, and multiply. So for this next part, we're going to decide what we want for a flavor. Here are some things that you can do. 1, you can buy any kind of store-bought juice off of the shelf. You can purchase these little containers from any place where you can get like home brewing stuff for like beers and such. Or you can take fresh fruit, put it on the stove, boil it down very slowly. You don't want a high heat on this, just a very low simmer. Simmer it till you get the juices and then pour the juices into the bottle. Now this is the bottle I chose to use only because I prefer the top on it. It makes creating carbonation a lot easier. Raw sugar is also the best to use for this, and I'm going to go with a blueberry flavor to begin with. And then I'm going to add my kefir grains. Now you can keep yours in a mason jar if you'd like to. That is completely up to you. It's totally optional. I'll give this a good shake, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to come and open this up. You're going to want to go very slowly. If you decide to go the carbonation route, release the air very, very slowly. And you'll want to do this once every 12 hours. If you just pop this lid off, this is what you're going to be faced with. And you can tell by my son's reaction in the background, I did not warn him about this. So just be prepared, go slow. So roughly every morning I will empty out about half of my container into a new jar, and this is what I drink throughout the day, and then I top it back off with another jar that I created with kefir food, which is basically just the sugar, water, and flavoring. And then before I go to bed, I'll release some of that pressure, and then the next day I do it all over again. Oh, and that's all there is to it. So a couple of tidbits of information. The warmer the area, the quicker it ferments. If you leave this out on your counter, which is perfectly safe, you're looking at 1 to 2 days before it's ready to drink. If you put it in your fridge, it's going to be 2 to 3 days before it's ready. If you prefer things that are carbonated, you'll want to have a lid for whatever container you're using, whether it's going to be a mason jar or anything like this. That's going to cause that carbonation. Again, you can leave it on your counter, you can leave it in your fridge. If you want it to be more of a juice consistency, you don't really want that carbonation, just put something over it to where it can breathe. So paper towel with a rubber band, or like we did with the coffee filters, and you can enjoy it that way. Another thing is these guys are going to continue to grow. So as you continue to drink this, you're going to need to add more liquid to it because your water kefir is going to die without sugar. The more it sits in here, the more it eats the sugar and the more bitter your drink is going to get. So my suggestion for you is to pre-make some of the juice that you just made, the water, the sugar, and the flavoring of your choice, and have that on standby. So when you have your drink for the day and you drink it down to wherever you drink it to, take your pre-made food, basically, and put it back in here. It will continuously create more and more of your beverage, and it's a never-ending supply. Before you know it, the bottom of your container is going to be full of these guys. Don't throw them away. You can freeze them. Right here. This is my first batch that I ever worked with, and again, it came out of that tiny little plastic bag that we started with, and this is what I ended up with. I'm going to be making some sauerkraut in the next coming videos. Those will be a little bit time consuming, as it is a time consuming process. The longer you have it sitting, the more it ferments, the better it is for you. So it will take some time, but bear with me. I'll get those out as soon as I can, and we'll see you in the next video.